I had an invitation to go to Sweden to participate in a Nobel symposium. And I decided that this was the venue, this was the place where I wanted to announce the new species. And I thought how substantial an impact this is going to have. And I went to this Nobel symposium, and there were very few people at the symposium who knew it was going to be announced. There were only 2 or 3 people in the audience who knew that it was going to be a new species. And when I made the announcement, you could hear a pin drop in the room. I mean, here was assembled 15 of the world's specialists in human evolutionary studies. Richard Leakey was there, Mary Leakey was there, a whole host of people from prestigious universities who had published widely. And here I was, 1978, I was at that time a young scholar, 35 years old, making this announcement. And then furthermore, I presented a new view of how the family tree looked. And I thought that this is going to generate enormous discussion. I finished my paper, and there was a question and answer period, and nobody asked a question. They broke for tea, people left the room, and only one scientist came up to me afterwards and said, "It's unbelievable." And they were so taken aback by this that they didn't even want to discuss it. And during the week's discussion, whenever people would start debating a family tree, I would say, what about my family tree? What about what I'm suggesting? And some people deliberately tried to ignore it and not consider it because it really upset the whole, their views of human evolution. And they found it very difficult to subsume that into their view of human origins. So this was a high-risk time in my life. And we keep going back to the strength which I've had throughout my career. And I must admit that it was one of the times when I really had to dig deep and take a deep breath and say, I believe I'm right. And I believe that I will be vindicated and that Lucy will be accepted as Australopithecus afarensis and that she will alter the view, everyone's views, of how we got here.